Hello and welcome to jobskillshare.org. This course WordPress setup for first site beginner. What this title represents is this. You know that you're using WordPress. You have done that research. You went to Google and you picked this software and you basically say that this is the CMS system that I'm going to be using. If you don't know, if you still want to know, just Google WordPress and go to the About section and learn more about it. But I assume that you've done that research. This is why you're taking this course. And you decided that I am going to use WordPress, and today I'm going to build my first website on WordPress. But I don't know. So I'm looking for a course where they can teach me everything from scratch, and I will be using a web hosting company, which I don't have servers. I'm not going to be using that. So I decided already that I am going to be using a web hosting company, and this is where you will do another research what type of web hosting company you will need. There are a few ones. We will use Bluehost, which is kind of a lot of people are using for WordPress and pretty famous. There are other web hosting companies you guys can do the research, but in this we already did research and we say we're going to use Bluehost. So in other way, basically you will know that other web hosting companies have the same cPanel where everything is in there. cPanel is where basically there's a server in somewhere. Let's say for example, I'm going to show you something here. Somewhere in UK there's a server. This company is physically monitoring this server. Okay, here they tells you to buy a site from us, a web hosting services from us. So this is you right here. You buy, basically you pay them, and here in their company there's a small portion inside. There's another server. They say, you know what, this is for you. Maybe you share with other people, but I'm just going to give an example that this server is for you now. So at home you don't have a server anywhere. All you have to do is from your computer basically you need to log in and manage this server, which is in UK, and they are basically doing the services, RAM upgrades, all that hardware stuff. They're taking care of that. So that's kind of basically the idea. If you really don't know anything about how the IT stuff work behind and how did they get stuff and all that, but that's something you don't have to worry about it, because that's what they are claiming, that they will worry about it. All you have to do is to call their support. Okay. So that's basically what you will be doing. You'll basically go to Google and you'll type Bluehost or any other web hosting companies, GoDaddy or any other ones, and you basically will buy subscription from them, and it's per month $3, $5, $6, depending on how much you spend and how much the site is. Like for example, if you're putting a site that requires a lot of space because you will be putting out videos and things like that, then it will cost you a little bit more. But if it's just a blog, or you just want to post company information on a site, or you're just trying to sell some basic services online, then that's where you will be basically going. So we already picked our Bluehost, we purchased it, we paid for them. We said that, you know what, this is going to be our domain name. Domains are basically you pick up for your business. So let's say your business name is abcd.com.org. Then you basically tell them this is what I want, and if it's available you buy that. They give you everything, they send you all the information. All you have to do is to log in by clicking here, by going to account login, and this is where you will end up. I'm going to show you guys in a second right now. So when you log in to your server, this is how you will see things. Now in a different system you will see something different, but they will have the same basic, very easy information for you: server uptime, speed, and things like that. The main thing that you are going to be working on in this course is basically installing the WordPress from scratch. Now you have the domain address, you have that domain abcd.com. You need to put something on it because there's nothing on it right now. It's basically showing some page from Bluehost. So you need to install that WordPress on it. Okay. Before I do this, and it's going to happen in the next section, but before I do this, let's just talk about what do you have here first to kind of get to the WordPress, because this is important. You can't just install WordPress and you have WordPress running in the site and you don't know anything about your server. So I'm just going to touch up a very basic things, and this is not going to be covered in this course because it's very basic stuff, but you need to know a little bit, so make sure that you manage it nicely. And in the next courses and advanced courses, we're going to come back to this section. We will do a full course on it, so then you guys know a lot if you are that person managing everything. But at this point, we just want you're just here to get your site up and running. But before that, we'll just go to cPanel, which is most of the web hosting companies should have a cPanel. So this is a cPanel, and as you guys can see, what they did is they made it for normal users, okay? Just me and you. They put a website here, so anything that's related to website, you will see something here. Website manager, install WordPress, and that makes it so easy. Like you click on install and just install WordPress. That's how easy it is. My installs, whatever you installed before, you will see right here. One click install is just one click and it will install everything, even WordPress and things like that is inside in this. So that's kind of like, you know, things over here, and these are the features that this company is providing when you pay. Maybe there'll be less features the more you pay, I guess. It's more, it depends on what type of subscription you have with this company or any other companies. Emails manager. Now emails are an important thing because, you know, let's say for example you have a site and someone else is also helping you in that site, or maybe you have donation, or maybe some other things. You might want to put like donation@abc.com. Then how do you do that? It gives you that ability in these cPanels. Like for example, you can go to email managers, you can create more emails, and just type the email address and it will create that. And that's something we'll do later on, like I said, when we do a cPanel type of courses, but not right now. So that's email stuff. Here it tells you domain. Then domains are basically like let's say subdomain. So let's say abc.com, you have that, right? Let's say you also want to put support.abc.com, and you want to put something different under the support dot. You want to put a different site or some layout, then you might want to put subdomain in front of that. So that's how you do it. You click on it, you just put that name, and you have that. Okay, redirects are also important. Sometimes you're working on your site, or maybe you bought a new site somewhere else and you don't want to use this, but you still have this and you want to keep it because all your customers from Google, from here and there, they're all coming to the old site. Then when they come to here, they will be redirected to your new site, or you can use it for other purposes also. This is a redirect. Okay. Then others are advanced features like DNS and things like that. Not touching that right now. Files, another one, important one. Files managers, meaning you can go online. You basically can click on File Manager. It will take you to your wherever your site is installed. You can basically log into that, and then you can edit things, upload things. But a lot of people will be using FTP clients, like FTP files, that are cute FTP thing like that. You know, they will be using that. Most of the people who are working with websites, they don't use editors here. That it could be used just for some other purposes, but a lot of people just work on directly on the files and then they will upload it because it's much easier and faster. Statistics is very important to any business. I mean, if you're running a business, you would want to know where your users are coming from, who were the last visitors, were there any error logs, or any other statistics. Is like probably it's for future, like, you know, if you want to make things better, then you study your site more and see what your members or user want. So you probably need this information from this section. In upgrades, basically they give you more features, like, you know, what do you want to do? Oh, we got SEO, we got basically some other site logging features, we have some that features, and that's totally up to the companies and what type of app they are using. Then they have professional services, promotional, security. I mean, if you have like SSL, site log, if someone attacks or you want to ban some IP addresses, then you have it right here. Database tools are for, like, you know, if you have a site like WordPress requires a database because people would be logging in to your basically to your site. So then you need to database will be important, because then when people put their username and password, it gets saved into a database. So if you have any issues sometimes, or you just want to grab all the email addresses from the database, or you want to do some quick things, you can do it from the database. And that's also some advanced stuff. We're not going to touch that in this course. And then the other things are just, basic, more partners preferences, and that's something, it totally depends on who you have. And this is why I don't want to waste time on Bluehost, because I'm not doing a course on Bluehost. So let's just jump into WordPress, because that's what we're working on. So now you have everything. I just wanted to show you how it will look. So this is how it's going to look for web hosting company. So every hosting company these days have some type of script. They might call it an auto script, they might call it install WordPress, they might call it one click install, but they have some kind of scripts these days. So this was our introduction video. We are going to show you guys in the next video how to install and set up WordPress on a hosting site. Basically, we're just going to go to a cPanel directly and install our first WordPress site, and then we will start playing around inside WordPress. As you guys can see, our other sections are moving into WordPress. So I'll see you guys in that video.